Coming up on DITV, we introduce you to the student collective party that's running for UI student government.
And later, we give you the latest updates on Iowa's fetal heartbeat bill.
We hear from some of the Iowa football team following Pro Day.
And we'll tell you where the women's gymnastics team is heading for NCAA regionals.
Looks like that sun is still giving us that cold shoulder as I give you more in this week's weather.
All that and more coming your way.
Don't touch that dial. DITV starts now. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Christopher Cervantes.
And I'm Alexis Tanzi. The UISG election voting officially starts tomorrow. For the past 2 weeks, we've been introducing you to the parties running for UISG.
Today we have reporter Becca Skadden in the studio to give us an overview of the fourth and final party. Becca, what can you tell us?
That's right, guys. Yesterday we introduced you to the Surge Party, and today I'm going to be giving you a rundown of the last party on the ballot, the Student Collective Party. The team is made up of President candidate Dottie Montserrat and Vice President candidate Marshall Payne, as well as a few senators. Dottie Montserrat is a third-year student studying political science. He worked as a peer mentor at Iowa Central Community College before transferring to Iowa. One big thing Dottie hopes to do if elected is to increase student influence on UISG initiatives. His running mate, Marshall Payne, is a first-year student studying journalism and mass communication and sport and rec management. He's involved with Hawkeyes for Humanity and Enactus. One big thing Marshall hopes to do if elected is to enact sustainability initiatives in campus buildings. For more information on their campaign initiatives and individual senator candidates, visit their Facebook page at the Student Collective Party. And don't forget to stick with DITV tomorrow morning as we will tell you all you need to know about voting on MyUI. Guys, back to you.
A controversial abortion bill is inching closer to becoming law in Iowa. DITV reporter Kaylin Cluck went to the state legislature to get the latest updates on that bill.
Iowa is on the verge of becoming one of the most restrictive states in the country in regards to abortion. Here at the Iowa legislature, officials continue to debate the fetal heartbeat bill. It's still uncertain when officials will reach a decision on abortion accessibility across the state, but for now, any outcome seems possible. The bill would outlaw nearly all abortions after a fetal heartbeat can be detected, which is usually around 6 weeks of gestation, with the only exception being if the mother's life is in danger.
We define death when the heartbeat stops. We surely could define life when that heartbeat begins.
While Republicans say they are protecting the life of an unborn child with a beating heart, Democrats say the bill is dangerous for Iowa women.
If you don't have the choice here, you're likely to try to find it somewhere else, probably in a less safe setting. I'm not sure that this actually achieves the goal of less abortions.
The bill passed through the Senate in February, but to keep it alive in the House, it was amended onto another bill restricting the sale of fetal tissue. Now, House Republicans say they are optimistic that the bill will pass.
But I think this is something that we can actually do at this point. Our governor has said that she would sign it, so it really just hinges on a couple of votes in the House at this point.
Reporting from the Iowa State House, this is Kaylin Cluck, DITV News.
Iowa City has been chosen to receive a grant from the Department of Justice. The Iowa City Police Department is budgeting this grant money to help address domestic violence. Last week, the state legislature issued a round of cuts that largely affected state universities. After serious cuts last year, the Domestic Violence Intervention Program says it can't afford to lose much more funding. Iowa City was chosen as one of the law enforcement agencies to receive a $450,000 grant from the Department of Justice. The hope is that this money will guarantee the city as a state leader in domestic violence response.
Iowa City residents may soon be able to rent bikes for a small fee. On Monday, Iowa City began its search for a bike vendor for this initiative. They're hoping to provide a system that has minimal cost to the city. The community received over $270,000 in grants to create this agenda. This program has been a joint effort between Iowa City and the University of Iowa. They hope to bring 100 bikes to the city. Alexis, I gotta tell you this, bikes renting sounds like a great idea, but I doubt anybody's going to do it in this weather.
That's right, Chris, but I'm still hoping up the weather will warm up soon. Let's toss it over to Jahisha in our weather studio to find out.
Yes, everyone, do not be fooled by what month it is, as it is still a dreary start, as once again we awake to those gloomy clouds. We do start the day with 48 degrees, but we cannot fully enjoy the hint of warmth as we are surrounded by those grey clouds for the majority of the day, before only sinking to a further 31 degrees tonight. Then looking at our extended forecast, it's a pretty monotonous week, as it seems Wednesday we still have to socialise with those grey clouds. Even though it's one of our hottest days of the week at 59 degrees, we just can't fully enjoy its full glory before it lowers to a cool 35 degrees at night. Thursday again sees us stuck in this gloomy pattern of grey clouds as we circle around the low 50s before again steeping to a cool 31 degrees. And then Friday we can't expect much different, as that overcast clouds our day at around 53 degrees before again lowering to about 30 degrees in the evening. Then stepping into the weekend, what else but more dismal clouds, as Saturday has nothing else to give but a sunless day at about 50 degrees before sinking to one of our lowest temperatures of the week at 25 degrees. And lastly, Sunday spells somber, as we see bleak 42 degrees in the day before once again lowering to around the low 20s in the evening. So guys, the brightest part of our day may have to be our smiles, as it's going to be a murky week. Keep your head up, everybody, and try to have a blissful one, and have a great day, and back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jahisha. According to the latest CNN poll, President Trump's approval rating has reached its highest since the 100-day mark of his presidency. 42% of respondents said they approve of the way Trump is handling the presidency, while 54% of respondents said that they disapprove. Trump's approval rating has been fluctuating during his time in office, and this is the highest it has been in 11 months. Trump's rating trails behind that of Barack Obama by 4 points at this time in his term.
The woman who started the Me Too campaign is coming to the University of Iowa. Tonight, the Iowa Memorial Union Main Lounge will be hosting a lecture with Tarana Burke. The hashtag #MeToo emerged for those who have survived sexual assault and harassment. The event is free and will start at 7:30 p.m.
Tonight, students will have the opportunity to attend a disability awareness educational. UI Best Buddies, Special Olympics, and several other groups will be hosting the event in the Big Ten Theater at the Iowa Memorial Union. The educational will aim to create a more casual and comfortable environment for students when interacting with those who may be disabled. The event will feature a Q&A panel, guest speakers, and other insightful activities. The educational is tonight from 7 to 8 p.m.
An Iowa City man is accused of possessing more than $80,000 of false disability funds. Floyd Knight may have been collecting more money for his disability than was medically necessary. From December 2007 to May 2017, Knight collected supplemental security, but the Cooperative Disability Investigation Unit in Des Moines has been notified of inconsistencies between Knight's reported level of function and his medical records. Knight did not report that he was self-employed, had income from his self-employment, and owned numerous vehicles. Knight is being charged with 1 count of first-degree theft. He could face up to 10 years in prison. Well, Chris, Hawkeye football may have been over for some time now, but there's still some news in Hawkeye football.
That's right, Alexis. I think some of our own boys are about to hit the big time. Let's toss over to Lucy and Bo with more.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Yesterday, Iowa football held their annual Pro Day, where scouts from NFL teams came out to Iowa City to take a closer look at Hawkeyes with hopes of playing in the National Football League.
It's a long process. We've been training for 2 months now, gearing up for this day. Some guys they didn't go to the combine. They've just been waiting for this, and it's been a long process.
You work 2 months, day in and day out for probably like 4 or 5 hours of work. You kind of feel like a boxer, where you put all that work in, and then the moment's here, and it's time to go.
Very excited. I barely slept last night. The night before, a little anxious, but also just excited to get out there and really show myself what I could do. I really had never put it all out on the line. For about 6 months, I was careful and just tried to stay healthy for today. And
I thought the day went decent. Everybody seemed to run as fast as they could today, and that's kind of all you can hope for. And you always kind of look back and say, I could have done this better or this, but overall I thought it went pretty well.
Just run the best time you can, and if that's a 4.68, I think everybody will respect it. And a lot of stuff's off the tape they talk about and what you put on the field. So, just try to rely on that tape and also try to come out here day to day and try to give them something, to watch, and hopefully something fast enough that they like.
Once they call my name on the real draft, it'll mean a lot more than just a mock draft. So, I mean, it's cool, like, being, like, people are, like, noticing. I mean, but, like, the NFL scouts, like, NFL person, they know. But, like, it's cool to just, like, having the media noticing me and stuff, so. But mock drafts really don't matter.
Hopefully I turned some heads in there. I think I did. I don't think they expected much out of me, and hopefully a couple of them are. All I needed to do was catch a few eyes, so that was my goal for today.
Be sure to stick with DITV in the coming weeks as our very own Mary-Kate Harrion will sit down with each of these departing Hawkeyes to see what their future holds in a special series titled Beyond the Swarm.
Following a fourth-place finish at the Big Ten Championships, yesterday the women's gymnastics team found out where they'd be competing for NCAA regionals.
It was announced that the Iowa Hawkeyes will head up north to Minnesota, the Minnesota Regional, where they'll be in competition with the top-ranked Oklahoma Sooners, as well as Kentucky, Denver, and fellow Big Ten team Minnesota, and cross-state rival Iowa State.
Here's what the Gym Hawks and head coach Larissa Libby had to say about their regional announcement.
We're super excited. Yeah, Minnesota's close, so hopefully we'll get a large fan base again. It's familiar for us, and it'll be exciting.
We have grown so much over this season, but you know, we've always had this belief in each other that we were going to make it. I mean, we just had to hit a meet, and we did it, and we're in.
It's always exciting to see your name up there, your university's name up there. It's a very prestigious group of people, so anywhere in 36 is great. It's been a long year for us, and there was a point when we just weren't really sure. So for me, I'm just excited to have our name up there. We'll go anywhere right now.
Love the confidence from Libby there. The Gym Hawks will compete as the 6th seed in their NCAA Regional in Minneapolis on April 7th.
Following Iowa baseball's 5-1 win over 11th-ranked Indiana this weekend, junior pitcher Brady Shanuel was named the Big Ten Pitcher of the Week.
Shanuel pitched 7 shutout innings and had 11 strikeouts, which is the most by any Iowa pitcher since 2004. Brady is 4-2 on the year and has a 2.48 ERA in 6 starts this season.
And you can catch Shanuel and the rest of the Iowa baseball team tomorrow afternoon when they'll face Bradley University at Duane Banks Stadium. First pitch is set for 4:05.
Shanuel wasn't the only Hawkeye to receive honors yesterday.
Iowa's Megan Gustafson was named a second-team All-American by the Associated Press. Gustafson is the 6th AP All-American in Iowa women's basketball history and is the first Hawkeye to ever be named to the AP first or second team.
Gustafson leads the nation in points per game, field goal percentage, and field goals made, and she also ranks in the top 5 nationally in double-doubles, total points, defensive rebounds, and total rebounds, rebounds per game.
Megan also received All-American honors from Sports Illustrated, College Sports Madness, USA Today, and ESPNW. Certainly great to have Megan back next year, where I'm sure she's going to get on that first-team ballot.
Oh, of course, and the team needs her too. They can't survive without Gustafson.
Exactly. But that's it from us in the sports studio. Be sure to tune back in tomorrow for more from Iowa Pro Day.
And to hear from the Hawkeye Wrestling Club's Thomas Gilman and Terry Brands as they prepare for the 2018 UWW World Cup. Guys, back to you.
The girl at the center of the Brown versus the Board of Education case has died.
In 1951, Linda Brown attempted to enroll in an all-white school in Topeka, Kansas. The court later blocked her enrollment due to her race.
Brown later won her case in the Supreme Court. This overturned the separate but equal clause. Brown was 75 years old.
That's all we have for you on this Tuesday morning edition of DITV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news between Monday and Friday.
If that isn't enough for the Daily Iowan, make sure to pick up our print edition of the news on stands now. For DITV, I'm Christopher Cervantes.
And I'm Alexis Tanzi. Have a great day, Iowa City, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.